Well, here we are, another month done in Uganda. Here is a reflection of what happened this September. I'm really excited to share with you all the wonderful things that's been going on here in Rukungiri. So first of all, we started the month with our back to school project. That was our youth takeover week. So in church, we had many events going on all week that the youth would take completely under their wing and lead for the rest of the church. So this was all the different events and meetings and services, the evangelism outreach, the choir work, everything fell under the youth department. This was so exciting. It was a lot of work to get the youth equipped and ready for this. I got to know the youth a lot more personally, which I think was my highlight, to get to know them individually and see where their skill sets lay and see where in the church they're passionate about and where they want to serve. It's so inspiring how much they want to serve. Often it's more trying to find ways for them to not overcommit than undercommit, which I think is a really wonderful place for the church to be in when you have so many volunteers wanting to help so much. Of course, with such a busy week, it comes with its challenges. For example, we had one vocal rehearsal that we did in the pitch black because all power went out, but we still needed to rehearse, so it was really great to do that in the dark. I think my favourite project and kind of my pride and joy of that youth takeover was working with a team to produce some really wonderful art that would go behind us on stage in the church. This went down really well, so much so we then got commissions for what we could do next and what else we could do for the church to make it more lively and full of art, which was just a blessing. So now we're looking forward to the future of different projects. It was also a blessing that after the Sunday services, we brought the youth together to give them a gift, to thank them for all the servant-heartedness they had given to the church. And this came in the form of giving them some back-to-school supplies that one of our church members had donated to them. This was a really beautiful moment to just thank them and honour them for honouring the church. Also this month in church we got to be a part of opening a new church in Kaboyhe, which is about 2 hours from Rukungiri in a different district. This was a really exciting time and many church members went to attend the opening service because the pastor who was becoming the senior pastor of this new church plant was actually once one of the core team members at Rukungiri Community Church. So it was a really wonderful time to encourage him and bless him as he starts this new adventure, opening a new church. It was actually such a blessing, the whole event. We saw so many church leaders come in support of the new church plant, which was really, really beautiful. We had different bishops coming from different church denominations, and it was really nice to hear both the pastor and the bishop sharing that it was such an exciting time for this church to be opening, that they couldn't wait to see new Christian believers come into this church. And it was lovely to see that the other churches weren't threatened by this, or there wasn't any competition or worry about taking church members or anything. No, actually they were all just so excited that this would be another opportunity and outlet for people to know about Jesus. This really blessed me because my heart is really for interdenominational work, so to see this happen in action and to see these church leaders come together and celebrate the birth of a new church was really, really special. Then the day after the church opening, me, Emily and Alfred travelled to Kampala, the city. This was because that I needed to do some things in the city. I had to go have a police check done to start the process of my work visa here in Uganda. So I was really blessed to be able to travel with them. Kampala can be quite a scary place. It's very different to village life, so I was really blessed to be able to do it with friends. This also gave me the opportunity to go see some city friends that I had. So I met up with my friends Val and Zena Val is a professional dancer in Uganda, and I met Zena in the UK, who helps and supports his vision to share dance across Uganda. So I got to join them in one of their dance classes, which was so much fun. I was terrified because I haven't done dance in years, but Val was so amazing and so kind, and we just had so much fun dancing, and he taught me cha-cha-cha, and I felt like I was on Strictly Come Dancing just for one night. It was really special. And then after the class, it was actually Zena's birthday, so Val had surprised her with a cake, so we all celebrated her birthday together. I honestly think that's how every dance class should finish. I don't think you'd be very successful if you ate cake after every class, but I'm petitioning that it was definitely the way forward to encourage me to want to go back to another dance class. While in the city, we also got to enjoy some luxuries that aren't in the village, things like fresh ice cream and some meals out to have some Mzungu food, some Western food. I had a pizza, which was lovely, and yeah, I just got to really enjoy some of the things that we miss in the village. But still, after a week of being in the city, I was very ready to come home. I was really blessed in the city to feel so surrounded by wonderful people and met some new friends along the way, including a wonderful man called Jimmy, who is within the police force in Uganda, who really helped me with getting the right things going for my work permit. It was really helpful to have a friend who knew the system and knew how to help me, and this was such a blessing and made the process so much quicker and easier to understand. So I'm really thankful to Jimmy. I'm really thankful to have a friend in Kampala, and just a really wonderful person who I can trust and who can support me whenever it comes to more official things in Uganda. And when we got home, it was a long journey home, and Alfred did so well driving all that way. It's about a 7-hour journey, but sometimes it can take longer. So I was very thankful for Alfred doing that. And when we got back, it was then his birthday, and we had cake and we had a lovely dinner together, and it was really a wonderful time celebrating Alfred. Alfred is an incredible person. He's Emily's husband, and he's really a rock within the Rukungiri community. Everyone knows him. He is such a kind and gentle, but also a very trustworthy figure. So to have him in my life is really such a blessing, and I was really thankful and excited to celebrate his birthday with him and honour him in that way. So when I got back to Rukungiri after having some time in the city, it was back to everyday things like foundation classes between the Sunday services. The children's choir in the church performed and did a presentation, and it was just so nice to come back into the community. It definitely shows me that being in Uganda, I love being in the village, in the towns. City life is lovely for a week, but it's definitely not where my calling is. So it was really such a blessing to come back home, and it felt like I was coming home, which was really lovely. So we got back on the Saturday, and straight away I needed to get back to work and get busy. We had a new design that the pastor wanted putting up in the church as we look at the next season of where the church is going, which is our church construction project. So all of the sermons are kind of based around the theme of building and looking at our church growth. It was actually really lovely. So I made that on the Saturday, and it was put up Saturday night, and on the Sunday it was such a blessing to see it being useful and see it giving the message out to the community. After the church service, the rain came, and it came with fury. It was so much. So I ended up getting stranded in the church for a while, which is never a bad thing because there's always people around to talk to. But it is one of the challenges when you live at the top of the hill and the church is on the bottom. Climbing up the hill in the rain is kind of a no-go. So it takes a lot of patience. God is definitely teaching me patience when it comes to waiting for the rain to stop. Now, because it was September, the schools had restarted, which was so exciting because I couldn't wait to start one of my responsibilities, which is to be one of the teachers in the school. I was so blessed to hear that within the Uganda secondary school syllabus, performing arts is one of the subjects, but they haven't been teaching it because they didn't have a teacher to lead the class in performing arts skills. So this is where I stepped in, and I joined the staff team to be a performing arts teacher. I love this job so much. I can't put into words how happy and joyful it is to go twice a week to the school and be their teacher and teach them new skills that I learned as a teenager. It's such a blessing to be able to pass that on to these young people who are really, really excited to learn. They're really, really engaged, and that was my prayer, that they would want to learn, that they would be there and enjoy the class. I look after 2-year groups together. I teach 60 children in one class, so it's very full. So my concern was the engagement of making sure all the children were listening and learning from the classes. But so far so good. It's going really well. I've put in some ground rules, some basic things to help with their motivation. We have some team games that we do every week to really push them forward in their learning, and it's just been such a joy. We're hoping that through these classes we can start to establish some performances that we can then perform in the church and at the conferences we do, to really give these young people the opportunity to step out in their talents and have an audience come and watch them. So I can't wait to see this happen. Also, in our lunch breaks, it's really lovely that I've been getting to know the teachers, especially the younger teachers who board at the school, who are the single teachers. Every time I'm not teaching, they're just like, Mo, come to the staff room, let's play Uno. And we could spend hours playing Uno in that staff room, which is so nice, because it just shows that I'm not just there to teach a skill, but actually I'm there to make friends and be a part of this community. And I've been really blessed so far by the encounters and the relationships that I've been building. One of my other roles within Amaziba Ministries is to be an advocate for the children's project that associated to the ministry. They sponsor children. So the church has a secondary school, which is the school that I'm teaching in, but it also has a primary school. This is called Missio Day Primary School. And it's such a beautiful place. It was such an honour to be invited by the children's project to go with them, go and see how the school was doing and do a check-in and be with the teachers and encourage the teachers in what they're doing, and then go and encourage the children in their studies. The school has officially been running for, I think they said 9 months now, and when they first started they had 30 children. Now within 9 months they've gone up to over 100 children in their school, so much so they're now considering what they're going to do space-wise and how are they going to expand and grow the school, which is incredible progress to have in 9 months. The headmaster was saying how blessed he is to have a fully female staff working with him. This headmaster was so encouraging. I was really blessed by what he shared and his ambition for the school, but also just his thankfulness to God for what he's seen happen. He's seen so many blessings come through this school, and he really cares for these children. It was so nice to see such a hands-on headmaster who really cared for the children that were under his care. Now, just some other highlights that I wanted to mention from this month. One is Loretta. So you can't really see on the video, she's a bit shy, but I have had a tenant living with me at the house now. Her name is Loretta. She has a young baby called Fran, and she is a bat. Now, I prayed to God because I was really struggling, missing my dog, missing having pets, missing having animals to look after. And then suddenly I looked up one day to find that there was a bat with a baby in her wing hiding in the front part of the house. This is actually outside the house, it's not inside the house, don't worry. I'm not in any danger of this rodent. But it is really nice to have someone to come home to every day and chat to Loretta and see how she's doing. I think it's pretty fair to say that the locals now think I'm crazy. The youth and the church pastors all think I'm a bit insane for having a bat that I really like being at the house. They were saying like I should poke it with a broom and get rid of it, and I said no, she's a young mum, she needs my support. I was googling, making sure she had the right food she needed. It just reminded me of God's creation, that actually we can find so much joy in the world around us, and Loretta is my little bit of joy, that I can just check on her every day, see how she's doing, see how baby Fran's doing. But yeah, maybe I am just losing my mind. Let me know if that's the case, and pray for me. Also, it's so nice to catch up with family in the UK. Thank the Lord for technology, for video calling. It was really lovely to see Gwen and spend some time with her, teasing her by whistling through the phone, because she can't see me, but she could still hear me, and that was just really sweet. Those little moments really stopped me from feeling homesick. This month also saw a first for me, which was baking in Uganda. I think the idea of baking in Uganda terrified me because my oven is fully gas and you have to actually light the oven part, and it terrified me that I would have to go inside the oven and light it with a match. But I got over my fear and I baked a cake, which went down very well. I made banana cake and we served it at our senior youth fellowship, and it was a really blessed time. It was a conversation about relationships. It was led by a wonderful couple that we have in church. So it was so nice to have them come and talk to the senior youth, so that is 23, 24-year-olds and upwards, about relationships and actually what marriage looks like and the compromises and the learning each other's behaviours. And yeah, that was such a blessing to be a part of and to learn so much too, and really felt like God was speaking to me through that. And it was almost like an extra blessing to know that while I was sat in that fellowship hosting about 25 young people, my boyfriend in the UK was spending time with my family and spending the weekend with them. I was really honoured by that and made me feel really close to home. I think I thought it would make me feel homesick to know that my family were all meeting up together, but actually it made me feel really blessed and really loved. So that's it for this month. That's the update of September. I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you'd like to join the prayer group on WhatsApp, this is where I post more currently and everyday things that I'm experiencing and what I'd like prayer over, the challenges I'm experiencing, the joys I'm seeing. It's a really encouraging group, and we'd love you to come and join us and walk with me day by day instead of through a monthly video. So if you'd like to join that, then please send me a message and we'll send the link out to you so you can join that WhatsApp group. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram. I post more frequently on there. That's because Uganda doesn't block Instagram, whereas it does block Facebook, so I'm more likely to be reaching out through Instagram than anywhere else. So please find me on there to see what my daily life looks like in Uganda. And thank you so much for watching this video. That's it. Bye!